Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Blaze and welcome back to UniversIO. In the last episode, we made plastic. So we took the LPG we got from our refinery and put it into this thermo-pneumatic processing plant with a little bit of coal and some heat, and we managed to get plastic, molten plastic that we had to chill. Something that I discovered between episodes is everythingness is really cold. Apparently space is cold or something. So that is a way we can actually make this temperature difference a lot better. So that is something that hopefully we'll be able to use. I don't know if we're going to be using that today or not, but we'll see. Last episode we also managed to make the transmutation table, which is pretty cool, fairly useful. However, it's really only useful for elemental stuff. So that is kind of, that's a thing, but I've been taking all of the elements that I get from processing the cosmic dust and just throwing it in there. If we need more, we can always get more. And I did teach it how to make glass. We have obsidian, we have gold dust, as well as iron dust. So we have a lot of good things that we can use. It's just a matter of using it, and we will probably end up using it a lot. So today, other things I did between episodes. I went ahead and started making some mud bricks. We have a bit of a farm going, mostly trying to get wood because we're probably going to need a lot of charcoal in the nearest future with all of the PneumaticCraft that we have to do. And that's the other thing I did. I went ahead and brought the pressure chamber from over there over here, made it a 5x5. This is the biggest you can make it. I don't know why we would need it this big, but I figured why not. It is going to cost a lot more in air pressure, but it can have more volume of air, and that's what requires what are these things called? The interfaces to open. They require so much air per item, and so we just need to have a lot of air in there in order to move items. And so that should make it where the pressure will go down less once it gets to that point. It's just going to take a while to get to that point. So what's the plan for today? Well, the first thing that we are going to really work on is I need to fill this up with a good bit of air, and I have the pressure valve on the bottom so that we can have the air compressor here so it looks nice and neat. We're going to put a good bit of stuff in there, and this is going to go very slowly. It's going to take some time, but we will get to the point where this is filled up and we'll just be able to do whatever we want with it. It has warnings, no valid items, yeah. So let's take a look at our quests and see where we need to go. So we need to make the advanced generator. The advanced generator we cannot make until we get into the assemblies because, yeah, we need the assembly controller to do that. In order to do that, we are going to need quite a few PCBs, which is a bummer because PCBs can be made fairly easily from the assemblies. We have to make it the more difficult way for the time being. Now, that is one thing that we can't do. We could go ahead and make the stack module, just some redstone. So you know what, while we're waiting for that to fill up, let's go ahead and do some just kind of side quests, and let's make the stack module. So we're gonna need 3 redstone, 4 redstone, some cobblestone, and a blank module, which is going to require some compressed iron, which we need that guy for. Okay, so maybe not. So we'll get back to that later because I think these only make 1 at a time. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But we should have everything we need for that. Not too difficult. Alright, so what else can we get into? The main thing that we need to do next is make an empty PCB. This requires pressure. It's very low amount of pressure, so we could probably do that. We get 3 of them, which is really nice. For a single piece of plastic, 3 gold nuggets, and 2 redstone torches. So let's go ahead and get that started. Where did I put the plastic? It should be in here. We have 12 plastic. I did make a little bit of gold so we can get some gold nuggets. Which, do these have EMC? No. Of course not. Why would they? The gold doesn't either, so that's fair enough. And then we're gonna need, was it 2 redstone torches? I gotta look and see again. Yes, 2 redstone torches. So that is easy enough. No major issues there. And then the PCB blueprint is used to make the UV light box, which requires glowstone. Glowstone requires netherrack. And so we're probably gonna have to go to the nether soon. I know where the nether is at, but getting there is not gonna be the easiest. Depending on how we swim through oil. So this is actually going to take forever. I kind of regret making that so big. So let's think about this for a second. Excuse me. Can we make? I was about to type in. Can we make? Wow, my brain is not all there today. Speed upgrades. So PneumaticCraft has speed upgrades, which can be used in a lot of things. Requires lubricant. 1 bucket of lubricant, some lapis, which we can get, and sugar, which we have. So in order to do that, we could also make more with, what is that? Glycerol? But we would need ethanol and vegetable oil and yeast culture. I mean, we could probably make that later, but right now, I don't think we're going to worry about that. So, lubricant, if I can spell it, is made from biodiesel or diesel and redstone dust in the thermopneumatic processing plant. So let's do that, and just a little bit of anything is going to do wonders for us. So let's put a bunch more coal in there, charcoal, and let's go ahead and put a couple of pieces in here. And this should get the vortex tube running, and that should make the heat difference really, really good for us. So we're going to need a piece of redstone and a bucket of diesel. That's the wrong bucket. And so this is going to give us, is it a 1-to-1? It is a 1-to-1. That is unfortunate, but eventually we are going to have a lot of, we're going to have to do a lot of processing, and we're going to have ways to do it a little bit easier. But the speed upgrade is going to be amazing because it's going to make this go much, much faster. So we just need to get this to 100 degrees. And let's get the, I believe we can put the heat sink on the back of this everythingness block, and it should transfer things even more. Yeah, so that is cooling off, which should help make this go up in temperature a little bit faster. We just need to get to 100 degrees C, which is boiling point. But one thing that I'm very quickly running out of is charcoal. So let's get some more, because unfortunately we can't EMC that. It'd be neat if we could, but we can't. 32. Perfect. So let's split that between the 2 furnaces we have. And let's get some pressure hopefully going so that we can get our lubricant. And then to make the speed upgrades, 4 sugar, 4 lapis. That's it. So we are at 62 degrees. That should get there with what we have. So let's go ahead and grab 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't have any lapis, but I do know that we can make lapis from blue concrete and cosmic dust. So let's go get that. Let's grab 4 of these and go back to the Earth. So I don't know what's underneath our mana. It is the red concrete powder, but we have the blue concrete we can replace. There is the lapis, and now all we need is our lubricant. So speed upgrades are really good. They don't they just make the machines go faster. So the air compressors will go much faster, but they consume fuel faster as well. So your like net total is always going to be kind of the same. Why is the temperature going down? Let's break that and see what happens. Okay. Maybe it was too cold and it just, I don't know. The heat stuff with PneumaticCraft is just weird. And obviously once we get, you know, better air compressors and all that kind of stuff, we can make better systems in general. Yeah, I don't know why that was so bad. I think this has an equilibrium temperature, and because the everythingness was so cold, it just didn't work. Now there is some things that I think we have a quest to make. No, we don't. There are things called heat pipes, and those might be useful to essentially, what we'll want to do is essentially have it be a block of everythingness with a heat pipe to a chest with the frame, and we should be able to cool things very quickly with that. But there is the lubricant. I believe we can right click it in there. No, we can go ahead and right click that. We have Born Slippy, and we can make some speed upgrades, and you'll see just the ridiculous difference. So there is our one singular speed upgrade, and hey, look, our charcoal finished at that exact same time. That is good timing. So we still have a lot of infrastructure that we're going to need to kind of work on, and if we want these heat pipes, because I do want to see thermal lagging, so it needs wool. Okay, I think we can manage that. I mean, it is just string, and I believe we can get string. But so you can see that this is, you know, it is very slowly putting in more air. 5 milliliters every like little bit. If we put a speed upgrade in there, it goes ridiculously faster. And we just need to get that a lot more stuff. So I'll tell you guys what, I am going to step away for a minute. I am going to see how feasible it would be to make the heat pipes. We might wait on that for a little bit, but let's go ahead and see what else we're going to need. So the UV light box we can't do, but we are going to need the etching acid. So I'm going to gather up this stuff. We can either use hydrogen, iron, chlorine, oxygen, and nitrogen with a bucket of water for a little bit more pressure, or some mob drops for less pressure. I think we'll probably use the chemicals. And then we're also going to need the etching tank, which you've seen me make most of the stuff, so I think I'll go ahead and get the ingredients and we'll make that as well. So I'll be back once we have some pressure and can get some work done. That took absolutely forever, so I went ahead and I made another speed upgrade, and I've just been letting this run for the past like half hour or something. This is a huge pressure chamber, and it's gonna take a lot of time, but there is a lot of air in there, which means that we should presumably not lose too much pressure whenever we interact, and it will be better all around. It's just a pain to fill up to begin with. So like I said, I went ahead and made some more lubricant, used the rest of our diesel. We don't have any more diesel. and made another speed upgrade. And then I gathered all the materials that we're going to need. And let's just get into this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to throw in, let's throw in some iron. And those are going to hopefully be pulled out. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure how the pretty pipes works. Okay, there we go. So that is grabbing them from there. The stacked limiter module. I wish. Let me see the amount of items like an interadjacent. Prevents oversending. So we might want to put certain things in there. But we should see. Yeah, we lost a little bit of. We need these pretty pipes to actually grab more than just one item at a time. But yeah, so we should be able to get more stuff. Let's look at pretty pipes. And I don't know if the stack limiter module is what we want. Highest priority, crafting modules. That might actually be prevents oversending. So yeah, it does look like the stack is what we'll want. I'm not too familiar with the Pretty Pipes mod, so it is a little bit confusing. I'm going to go ahead and throw in these iron blocks as well. We're going to want those turned into compressed iron. And so let's go ahead and make the module for it, and hopefully that will make things a little bit nicer. So I need to grab the stone. I have the stone itself, I just don't have the stone slabs. We can make those really easily. And that should be pretty much all that we need. I miscount on the cobblestone. And there is the stacked limiter module, which is a quest. Doesn't do anything for us. Doesn't give us any items. No rewards, which is unfortunate. I wish this quest line did give us more rewards. It'd be nice. Do not limit to one stack. Limit to one stack. So, actually, let's not. I don't really care too much. So we should have the rest of the iron in here. Perfect. We can make more stuff. So let's go ahead and get the PCBs. And I guess we might want it to limit to one stack, because this only takes more. I'll have to look into the pretty pipes. Maybe what we need to do is, can we make the medium extraction? We can. You know what? Once this is done, we're going to do that. So we just need 4 iron for that. Let's go grab that while we're waiting. And should be in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the things that we're going to be making, let's go ahead and make a heat pipe. Or I think we get a few. Nope, those are normal pipes. So we need to make the thermal lagging. I went and grabbed some wool. And that should give us the heat pipes. No problem. And I heard that pop, so that should give us 3 empty PCBs, which is a quest. Alright, and that did not unlock anything else yet. So I don't know what it's waiting for us, like waiting to tell us to go to the Nether for. But we're just going to continue working on quests, and then we'll just pop into the Nether if we have to. So let's go ahead and grab that extraction module and upgrade it to the medium and see if this works better. So we're gonna put all of this stuff in here, and it can only do 1 stack at a time, but that should fill up. We still have plenty of pressure in there, and we're not even producing any pressure. So, all things considered, doing good. So the next thing that we're going to make, we actually need this glass. we're going to need a glass pane. And do I have any more glass? We're going to need one more piece of glass, and I don't know if I have it or not. I think I cleared these out. I was making more charcoal. Okay, we do have more glass. I hope I don't have more glass panes in the crafted. We don't. Okay, perfect. So the next thing that we need to make is... I want to grab this stuff just so that we can see if it works. So we made that. We made those. So we need to make the etching tank. And that requires a small fluid tank, which is what the glass and the extra compressed iron is for. And then from there, we're going to need obsidian. We're going to need reinforced walls. I forgot about these, I'll be honest. Reinforced stone, yeah. We're going to need more compressed iron. Let's just get like... You know what? Let's go a little overboard. And do half a stack. So, do we have the etching acid? It does not want to put those in there. I really don't like pretty pipes, to be honest. I just don't know how it works. And extract from the chest. So let's put the iron in there, and it's pulling out 8 at a time, and it didn't... So it's better. It pulls out 8 at a time, but it didn't work how I wanted it to, which is fine. We're going to take this heat pipe, by the way, and we're going to put it onto the everythingness, and then we're going to put that onto a chest with the heat frame, and that is cooling off. So that might be enough just to freeze things, so we'll keep it the way it is for now. And let's see if we can get these guys going. So the recipe for the etching acid is nitrogen, iron, hydrogen, 3 oxygens, 3 chlorines, and a water bucket. Or we can use rotten flesh, gunpowder, and spider eyes. I'd rather not use those, to be honest. They're a little bit more challenging to get than all the elements. So the only difference, for the record, is just the pressure that you require, but it's fine. So we need some stone. We need 2 obsidian. And we have a reinforced slab, but I don't think that's enough. We're going to need brick wall and reinforced slab. So, you know what? We're actually going to use 1. So let's get 1 set of this. And are these bricks? They are bricks. So let's turn that like so. And we can get 1, 2, 3. And then we can throw those in there, grab another slab. That is a stone slab. Alright, let's grab the reinforced bricks. And make that. And presumably we can make the etching tank. That is another quest. And yeah, this mod pack doesn't like shift clicking for some reason. It doesn't appear like things actually disappear from your inventory. Kind of weird. But we have the etching acid. We have the etching tank. We have a lot of things that we need. So the only thing left is the UV sunlight box, or the UV light box. And what's the order? So you need to put in a UV light box first. And I think, yeah, so we're going to need glowstone. In order to get glowstone, we need netherrack. And that requires us to go to the nether. Perfect. So we have those. Pressure tube 4 of, just trying to sort the inventory just a little bit. That goes in there. So pressure tube 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 3 redstone lamps, which requires was it 12 redstone dust, and the PCB thing, and we should be able to do this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to dump off a lot of the more unimportant things. So I'm gonna leave the philosopher's stone here. We're gonna leave this stuff here, and we have some boots. We don't have much. You know what? Do we have a little bit of gold? We do. We are going to make some gold booties because we're going to go to the Nether. Now, if you are not familiar with this mod pack, I did a little bit of exploration because I was trying to figure out a little bit of kind of progression, and I'm surprised there's not a quest that says anything. There should be a quest. 100% there should be a quest, but we've done everything up to this point other than making apple pie, which is presumably optional, and things we can't actually do yet. So we need to make the UV light box, requires redstone lamps. Only way to get glowstone at this point is glowstone dust. There is the transmutation with light power and apprentice's salts. I don't know how to get those. Light power. See, funny waters. Light comes from neon, so I guess technically we could get it that way. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the Nether. We're going to get some netherrack and go from there. So, bottom of purgatory has oil. At the bottom of the oil is what we need. So, I don't know how this is going to work. It is very echoey. But we're just going to dive into the oil and hope that we don't drown. So, yeah, there is a lot of oil here. We are, in fact, going to drown if we're not careful, but we made it just in time, and here we are at the Nether. So I'm going to just, first of all, we're just going to make a new location, and I'm going to call this the Crimson Nether. And I'm going to just come over here. We do need to be careful. There are hoglins. And we're just going to grab a little bit of netherrack. Don't need much. And then we are going to get out of here. And I actually want to go... I guess we have to go to Nothingness. It's a little confusing. So, with this... I have gravity. I want to grab some of that. We have our netherrack. And we are going to make some glowstone. And the way we're going to do that is... Hi, spider. I don't know why gravity is such a pain. So let's just do this. 9. We still have gravity. Okay. Let's murder some spiders. I don't know if this is the way the mod pack wants us to do things or not, but this is the way we're doing it. There's not a quest for getting to the Nether, but it's easy enough. And it's kind of easy enough to figure out, but this should give us glowstone. Copious amounts of glowstone. I wonder if there is a way to make... No. Okay. There's not a way to make netherrack, so that would be the other option. But once you find the oil, it's kind of not hard to get that little bit further. I don't believe we can go much further than where we have been, just because the game actually prohibits you from going too far in the progression. So it is something that we are going to be hard locked by the game It's not going to let us go any further. It says, you know, something along the lines, we don't have the knowledge to continue on or something like that. I tried it in a creative world. That's why I know. But let's go ahead and make this UV light box. And now the next thing is to make the empty PCB with 100% etch rate, etch success rate. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put this over here. I do wonder, I don't think this requires air, but it can take air. Or maybe it does require air. We can also put speed upgrades in it, but we are getting to the point of the end of the episode. So we're not going to do too much more. I do want to clean up the inventory a little bit. And let's grab one of these. My nose itched. That is always the worst. So let's see. We put this in there. It needs at least 1 bar of air. Okay. So let's break that. Let's break that for a second. And let's grab some charcoal and some speed upgrades from this guy. And we'll get this going. So let's put a few of those. And this should go very, very quickly because there's next to no volume. Put that in there. And then as soon as we have over 1 bar, you should see that this has UV light. It turns blue. It's very bright and is kind of slowly going. We can speed that up with speed upgrades. And that is going to take a little bit of time. So the other question is the etching tank. Can optionally be heated for... Okay, so let's go ahead and get the etching tank set up. We're going to put that just right over here for now. And we're going to put some etching acid in there. And you can put a lot of stuff in here. I don't actually know what all you can do, but it is an optional heating. This is 52%. So you know what? We're gonna wait for that, and then we'll see what things look like. I need to take that back. I will do that later. Honestly, everything in our inventory is fine. Let's just grab our Philosopher's Stone, and I'm going to make multiple PCBs. We're going to need a lot of these to make things better and faster later, but we're only at like 60%. Wow, it slows down a lot. That's okay though. So we'll let this go, and hopefully this doesn't take too long with it. So I'll tell you guys what. One thing that we're going to want to do is probably make a lot of these. Now, once we have them in the UV light box, we'll have an etch success chance. You then put it into the etching tank to either get an unassembled or a failed. It shouldn't use the acid unless we heat it, and that just makes it go faster. I'm willing to be patient and wait. So we will get the unassembled PCBs, and then what we do with those is we need 2 capacitors and 2 transistors. Transistors are plastic, redstone, and gold. Capacitors are plastic, slime, and gold. Now slime, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to get. We could do that, or wheat dough and lime. Oh, we could do that. That's easy. Okay, so we might do that. We'll see what we get into. I just want to see if this can get to 100% relatively quickly. We can finish things up because I don't think, yeah, we don't have any slime. So that is something that we are going to need. And we're going to need quite a bit of it. But basically, you have the capacitors and the transistors, and you make the finished PCB. Then what we can do with that is a lot. There is a ton of things that we can do with that. And one of the big things is making these 3 machines, but we need to make the machine casings, and that's going to require a lot more. A lot more. And probably not going to be the best thing to do first. The first thing that we're going to want to do, what is that? That is modular expansion card. Okay. The first thing that we're going to want to do is make assembly lasers, I/O units, and the controller. The controller itself takes 3. And what we can do with that is then we get these assembly machines and we can make a lot of cool stuff. So different programs do different things, and one of the major things is we make a platform, I/O unit, I/O for import and export, and a laser, and we can put the empty PCBs, and it gives us the unassembled ones right away. So basically, everything we're doing we can do a lot faster once we have a handful of these things. And this is almost done, so I'm going to at least complete this part and throw it into the etching acid, and we'll go from there next time. So does this lose? I do wonder, is this losing pressure? It is, but it's fairly slow, so that's good. Now here's the moment of truth. How long does this take? It's pretty slow. Okay, so yeah, that is where we're going to stop today. We are not done yet. Yeah, so we will continue making the PCBs next episode. I am going to go ahead and get both of these kind of finished, and then and etched. We will get all that stuff done for next time, and then we will go from there. We're going to be making the assembly machines first because that makes the most sense to me. Unless the quests say, you know, oh hey, there's this really cool thing you can use with do with it, and you should do that first, type of stuff. But the assembly machines are probably going to be the most important, and then once we have that, we can make the PCBs a lot easier, and then we don't have to worry about the etching acid and all that kind of stuff. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.